This game was back and forth in the first half, third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, it looked like you guys ran out of gas. What happened in that fourth quarter?
Well, first, I just want to give credit to Washington State. It's a veteran team, a really well-coached team. I thought they came in, very disciplined and a quick turnaround, and so I first want to credit them. I thought they did a great job. I think we came out a little uncharacteristic. I think that our defense was not what it normally is, and I think that that led to a little bit of, reaction, I guess, on the offensive end of the floor too. Usually kind of fuels who we are offensively is when we can get big stops and kind of get going and get the ball moving. So, but there were good moments today. I thought Haley was outstanding. I love the confidence that she's having. I mean, she posted well, shot it well, made great decisions with the basketball, and really proud of her game and the growth that she continues to show and how hard she works. And so just I saw good things. I told them I think the thing that for this team is usually after a game we can go in the locker room and really kind of go on and on about all the growth, the things that we got better at. I thought today we had some things that we had really improved on that went backwards a little bit, how we valued the basketball, how we defended, and I think that this team is very accountable, and I think that we'll respond well from it.
Just the difference between the game Friday, which was really close, really intense, and then today was what for you?
I think our energy was lacking today, I think a little bit. I think we could have definitely come into this game with a little more excitement and like hunger to win. But other than that, I think we've been having some growth, and I think our culture is still good regardless of our losses. So I think that's pretty much it. It was our energy today, I think, was lacking.
So like you said, you did have some down moments, but overall you can say it was still a pretty strong performance. So what I think is very interesting is like how you seem, every Pac-12 team you seem to play always has someone who can just hit those big blazing shots at like the last minute and all of that, and just doesn't seem to mess up. And I'm just like curious, how do you like plan on going forward and combating that?
It's a great question. I think that when we've played a lot of teams that have had some very experienced players many years in the league and in their systems for a while, and I think, late clock, you kind of know what you do, you know who's around you, and you have that experience, and I think we're finding our way with that. There's moments you see it, and you're like, okay, great, we get that this is how we're best late clock, for instance, and then there's moments you see a lot of confusion, and that's my job as a coach to make us better at that, and so I think that really falls on me.
At this point, how can you sort of juice more out of the offense? I mean, obviously you have Haley. And like Haley can go off for 20, 25 points. Like we've seen that. So we got that. Can you find more offense here?
Yeah, it feels like we have like one or two players each night for sure. We've had a Lauren night, we've had a Nancy night, we've had a, Missy's had a day. And so, I do think that that's what makes great teams. And we talked about trusting in the locker room. And, sometimes in tight games, we'll put our head down and start calling up a ball screen, and there's just not the trust to continue to run and understand there's another person who could make the play late clock. And so I think that, that's on me to make sure that we get there and get to where we can trust that other people can make that play too late shot clock, I think.
Just the difference between, I think I saw you guys when you were 5-3, playing well, 3-game sort of streak, but now sort of, have things changed since then, or have you?
I would say until today's game, I think they would say we got significantly better every game. So when we took the floor, in the Californias out of COVID, I didn't expect us to come out the way we came out. We did execute really well, and we ran out of gas a few times. And then we came to the Oregons, and the Oregons, I think you could see that we played very solid. A lot of experience late game would get us. We got to increase our depth. But we kept growing. We kept understanding scouting reports, game plans, preparing the way we prepare as a team. This was the game I think that we were probably pretty disappointed in. I think that our turnaround was not very good, and we have to own that and be more prepared for the next time we turn around like that.
When you drop 6 straight, do you have to relearn how to win? I understand that you aren't really end goal oriented, but at some point in time, you have to kind of relearn how to win and like or maybe do the things that gets you to a win.
Yeah, I mean, such a great question. You know, we talk a lot about this even on our board at practice. The goal is the process, you know. And I think if you stick to your goal and being better every day, the wins come. It's hard to say, you know. I think we said today, I think we might have put too much pressure on, hey, this is the game, we're going to win this game, you know. And when we get like that, you put too much pressure on every play. And so I think if we stay focused on the process, we're going to see that team that was growing leaps and bounds every day.
And then to like that, how do you keep the team sort of motivated and going when you're not getting the results that
I was so proud of that close. I thought that they came in and each person individually was so accountable. Things that were said were hard to say. You know, hey, I didn't bring it today personally, or I didn't do this thing. And when you have a team that can sit in a locker room after a game and, you know, including our coaching staff, and be like, you know, these are things that we have to be better at, we're going to stay together, keep working hard, and we're going to find our way there.
Yeah, Haley, in that second quarter, the team was really struggling to put the ball in the basket, but then you went on that 7-point run. You know, what was going through your head in that moment?
Well, I think I was hot, so I think my teammates did a good job of getting me the ball. But I kind of just wanted to put the ball in the hoop, and I mean, I did that for a minute, but then they kind of shut me down, so I kind of you just have to adjust. And yeah, I think that, I don't know, my team did a good job of getting me the ball when they needed to.
And then, Coach, what do you think are the big takeaways from these Wazoo games?
You know, I think, again, we still need to increase our depth. I think that we've got to be able to execute as we sub. And so it's one of the areas that, you know, we have kind of faltered in a couple of times as we continue to build our depth. I think we've got to continue to take good care of the basketball, execute what we're doing on the offensive end, and not lose our defensive intensity. And I felt like we were really building that. And so I think we've got to continue to take that momentum forward and continue to build that depth.
Anything else?
I'm grateful for y'all being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.